Texas Tech is headed back to the Sweet 16 to face off against a familiar foe in the NCAA tournament against the Arkansas Razorbacks out at the Chase Center in San Francisco. In today's video, we'll break down the matchup, give you the player injury updates that you need to know for both sides of this matchup, as well as the key stats that matter, the odds, and I'll give my prediction. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast, and by now, you know how these preview videos go. You know exactly what question I'm going to ask you. You tell me, what's your score prediction for 10 seed out in the West against the 3 seed out in the West? The Razorbacks of the SEC against the Red Raiders of the Big 12. Let me know your score prediction down on the pinned comment below. I must say, before we get into this, this is wild to me just from the standpoint of I actually graduated high school in Arkansas, and I have a ton of people that I went to high school with or family members up there already talking trash to me. So this is a fun, interesting, I don't know which way to go, but you know where I stand. Red Raiders by 1,000,000. I'll actually get to my prediction in terms of score here in a second. But let's go ahead and look at this matchup. Arkansas comes in as maybe the darling of the tournament as it stands right now, in the sense that they spent maybe more money than anyone in the portal this past cycle. They went out and got a Hall of Fame level coach, or not even a level coach, one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history in John Calipari, and they just absolutely did not live up to expectations this year. Now, a lot of it had to do with injuries, right? They've had multiple big-time injuries on this roster, have the Razorbacks, but now they're just like Texas Tech in the sense of they're one player away from being healthy going into their biggest game of the season. You can see it. 10 seed Arkansas, 3 seed Texas Tech. The Red Raiders, according to BetUS TV, which you should go check out their odds, they're the official sportsbook partner of the month of March here on the Back to 12 podcast channel, have the Red Raiders as 5.5-point favorites when the line opened up. Obviously, there's going to be some fluidity to that in terms of up, down, going back to where it was, but that's the range that I kind of expected, 4.5 to 6. That made the most sense to me. You can see that this game is going to be on Thursday, and you better get your caffeine ready, Red Raider Nation. It is a 9:09 tip-off on Thursday night, and the game will either be on True TV or TBS. All right, head-to-head, let's look at some of the stats. You can see them on your screen right now. The Red Raiders, better shooting team, both inside and outside the arc. They're a better free throw shooting team as well. They don't get to the line as much as Arkansas. Arkansas averages 20 free throws per game. Texas Tech averages 18. Rebounds. Texas Tech is a better rebounding team, both on the offensive side, which is the most critical, and then they're pretty close on the defensive side. But really the big thing in this one, and we're going to talk about offensive rebounding here in a little bit more, Texas Tech, that is going to be a pivotal stat to watch for both sides. Texas Tech, they don't have as many ISO players as Arkansas does, whether that's the Boogie Flans of the world, whether that's the Wagners of the world, or the John L. Davises of the world. Texas Tech moves around in spaces better than Arkansas. When it comes to blocks, that's one thing that's going to stand out. They've got some guys that can absolutely protect the rim down there, do the hogs, and they are going to absolutely be pivotal to John Calipari's and the Arkansas Razorbacks' success. Now, Arkansas does turn over the ball more. They do foul more on average, but it's not crazy different, okay? These are the names you need to know, though. As you can see, where they rank nationally before we get into the names, even though you see the Texas Tech ones there. Points scored per game nationally. Texas Tech, top 30 offense in terms of scoring in the country. Arkansas, barely in the top 100. Texas Tech, a top 55 defense, 53rd allowed in terms of points per game. Arkansas allows opponents to score nearly 71. That is 147th in the country. Texas Tech rebounding rank, they're 96th. Arkansas, you've got 7.8. That's 266, and that's in terms of margin there, right? So then you look at it in terms of 3 points made. Texas Tech, top 22. You've got Arkansas not even in the top 250. Texas Tech, better assist in terms of moving the ball, as we just talked about, right? Hey, that's 20th. or 29th, excuse me, top 30 in the country. Arkansas, not in the top 100. Turnover rate, Texas Tech, top 15 in terms of they don't turn the ball over very much. And then there's Arkansas, who is barely in the top 200 at 11.3. The obvious names to know for Texas Tech: JT Toppin, Big 12 Player of the Year, bona fide superstar at the collegiate ranks. He will be the best player in this game. That is not up for debate. If somebody tells you differently, they don't know ball, and I implore you to listen to someone else. D5 could arguably be the second best player in this game. That is a debate, but he's definitely in the conversation. Christian Anderson has apparently been battling a illness type bug, and that's why, maybe you didn't see him at his absolute best. Hopefully he will be back, but he will be good to go out in San Francisco in terms of playing. Elijah Hawkins, man, I know a lot of people didn't like him early on in the year, but the true ball knowers know he is the real reason this Texas Tech offense goes and gets everybody in the proper position to succeed. We'll talk about Chance McMillan here in just a second. Names you need to know when it comes to Arkansas: DJ Wagner, one of the truly best young guards in the country. He averages 11.1 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists. Is he efficient? No, but when he's on, good luck. He's really good. The aforementioned John L. Davis, you may remember him from his time at FAU, where he helped the Owls, Dusty May, and Vlad Golden go to the Final Four. He was the lead guard for them. He is a very good guard. They get Boogie Flan back, a guy that had a hand injury. I believe it was his thumb. He is now back, and you look at that, and he averages 14.1 points per game on the year in 20 games played. And Thiero, much like Chance McMillan, is the player to watch for Arkansas. Adou Thiero, he transferred from Kansas with John Calipari to Arkansas. I say John Calipari transferred. Obviously, we know how that worked. But anyway, he is the guy to watch. He's their best player when he's healthy. He has not played in quite a bit of time. Will he be ready to go for the Razorbacks in their Sweet 16 matchup against the Red Raiders? That is the matchup, or the player to monitor on the Arkansas side. On the Texas Tech side, it's Chance McMillan, okay? Is he going to be able to go? All indications from what we're hearing is it's in a positive direction. Does that mean he's for sure going to play? No. I don't think we're going to know if Chance McMillan is going to play until tip-off, and if we see him in sweats or he's actually wearing gear, right? Like if he's in uniform, okay, there's probably a good chance he plays. But we're not going to really know until Thursday night. But again, it sounds like it's headed in the right direction for Texas Tech to have an all Big 12 second teamer in Chance McMillan back in a must-win game against Arkansas. For me, when I look at this, it is a battle of the bigs down low, in my opinion, because if Arkansas can control JT Toppin or even limit him, right, I think that's going to pay off huge for Arkansas. The thing for Texas Tech that I think is a positive, when you go look outside of Kerwin Walton in the first two games of the NCAA tournament, Texas Tech, if we're being honest about it, shot like shit. They really did. They just did not shoot well at all. I don't think that that's going to happen again. It is hard-pressed for me to believe that Texas Tech, one of the best shooting teams in the country, is going to have another off night like that. 2 for 14. I just don't see it happening again. And whether that's with Chance McMillan in the lineup or it's more of the Kerwin Walton, D5, Elijah Hawkins, Christian Anderson, whoever it may be, I think Texas Tech gets back on track. And I think when it's all said and done, we're talking about two of the most talented teams in the country, right? Like that 10 seed next to Arkansas, they may be a 10 seed and they kind of deserve that, right? But it's due to injury. It's not because of a lack of talent and great coaching. They have one of the greatest coaches of all time and are super talented. To me, again, this comes down to if Texas Tech can play their pace of game, they can control the offensive glass and get a couple of extra opportunities and capitalize with threes. I think the Red Raiders are playing in a regional final for a chance to make yet another Final Four, which would be their second in a half a decade. That's going to do it. Again, let me know before you head out of here your score prediction. It says 1 seed Arkansas. I messed that up. That's on me. Hand up for accountability. 10 seed Arkansas against the 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders in the Sweet 16. Let me know your score prediction down below. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. We will have a plethora of videos here on the channel. May even go live on Thursday for the game? Question mark? Let me know. Hopefully my wife says yes to that. But we shall see. We'll also have portal updates and much, much more. So if you want 100% free content surrounding your Texas Tech Red Raiders, not only on the hardwood, but in the portal as well, this is the place to be. Join the largest group of Texas Tech fans today, right here on the Back to 12 podcast channel. And as always, stay safe and Wreck 'em Tech.